Every single one of us right now is watching this video on a computer, maybe a phone. You're probably listening to it on your AirPods. You might be keeping track of the time before your next meeting on your watch. The list of technologies that you have at your fingertips is endless. And when I mean endless. But how are all of these technologies made? These technologies are made through rare and precious metals like terbium, niobium, or tantalum. These metals are harvested from the earth and into our phone, but to get them there is, let's just say, a messy process. The mining industry is responsible for almost 80% of all water and air pollution. To get to rare metals like terbium, niobium, and tantalum, not even talking about the common ones that we use on a daily basis, we have to use harmful elements like cyanide, sulfuric acid, or chlorine to extract the resources. In this process, we are constantly destroying the earth, harming biodiversities and the people surrounding this area. But what if I said there's a solution to it all? All we have to do is look up. Asteroids. Asteroids are made out of metal, rock, and ice. They can range from a meter long to the size of entire countries. They often orbit in the asteroid belt surrounding Earth in a low gravitational pull. There are two examples of asteroids. One is Vesta, the size of approximately a average building, maybe a floor of a building. And in this, it's worth trillions of dollars of pure platinum. Another asteroid called the 16 Psyche has enough iron nickel in half of it to cover the world's metal needs for 1 billion years. But how do we get all of this metal? How do we get the trillions of dollars of platinum or enough iron nickel to cover the world's needs? Well, we have to mine an asteroid. There are four relatively simple steps. First, choosing an asteroid. The size, location, and type of metal matter most. The size can range from, as I mentioned, a meter to the size of a country. In this case, the bigger the better. That way you can get down deeper. Instead of just the chipped off metals of other rocks, you get the good stuff like the pure platinum or gold, any metal really. Then location. The closer to Earth, the better. Less rocket fuel you need, the easier it is to get there. And the type of metal is entirely up to you. Second, landing on the asteroid. The gravitational pull of asteroids are pretty low, so you can use lasers to form a crease. And then once you form a crease the size of your rocket, you use thrusters to attach yourself to said asteroid. Third, actually mining the asteroid. You don't use a hammer and chisel because of the low gravitational pull, and plus, that would take a while. We have glass mirrors that extend from any spaceship and use the sun's rays to heat up the asteroid. This releases any toxic gases into the space's atmosphere, leaving just the dust and fine pebbles. You can then use a drone to collect all of these samples and pack it up tightly. Finally, bringing it back to Earth. There are three main ways to do this. You could first use an astronaut to bring it through halfway, but the cost of that are gonna skyrocket your project. Second, you can use a reusable rocket to bring it to and back, but it may take months and the condition of the rocket would start deteriorating quite quickly. And third, you could 3D print a rocket in space, but that's a whole other video. Anywho, if you ever come across $500 million, I strongly suggest think of investing in asteroid mining and get some of that moolah. Thank you so much.